I go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sir Richard Branson.
I've never actually been tested for dyslexia, but my teachers believe I was dyslexic. I would always ask, is that good news or is that bad news, when people would say, you know, such and such a profit net or such and such a profit gross.
So you weren't sure about the difference?
No. So one of the I don't know why you're listening to getting advice from me today. Anyway, one of my directors pulled me out of the board meeting one day, and he got a piece of paper out, and you know, this is the ocean, and this is the net in the ocean, and this is the fish in the net, and that's the profit at the end of the year, and all the rest is just the turnover. And so suddenly I went, got it. Hey, that's not good news. I thought Virgin was doing a lot better than that. People sort of think that business is about balance sheets and you know, money and profits and loss, but actually business is about creating things, you know, having a vision, creating something, you know, extremely special, getting everything, all the little details right, you know, the right people, you know, the right feel to the business. So basically we bring the accountants in after the event.
But how do you keep this passion? How do you keep the entrepreneurship?
Use an example, when we had a record company when we were starting, and when it got to about 80 people, maybe 100, I called in the deputy managing director, the deputy sales manager, the deputy marketing manager, and I said, you are now the managing director, the sales manager, the marketing manager of a new company. And we split the company in two. We very much tried to keep that philosophy going, and we have, I suppose, something like 450 companies. None of them are massive in their particular field. You know, Virgin, we've created, I think, something like 200 millionaires over the years from, you know, people who've done well with the companies. I was brought up by my parents, you know, lavished with love. They would always look for the best in what we did. If you're a leader of a company, that's even more important. And you know, you shouldn't be looking for people slipping up. You should just be, you know, looking for all the good things people do and praising those. And you know, people know when they've slipped up. They don't need to be told. You know, to work for a Virgin company, as I say, you should feel proud of it, proud of what it's trying to achieve. It should be fun to work for it, and you know, if you're spending most of your life at work, it should be not a chore. It should be fun. You should, you know, if you're the switchboard operator, you should feel as appreciated as, you know, one of the directors in the company. You know, people very rarely leave companies because they don't feel they're being paid well enough. I mean, some do, but it's much more that they've come up with an idea that they're not being appreciated, they're not being listened to. And they feel, I'll go off elsewhere and do it with somebody else. I'm lucky that I love people and you know, love spending time with people. I'm interested in people, and you know, I like to think I'm quite a good listener, which I think is very important if you're a good leader. You know, there's no point in listening to yourself talking. You're going to learn a lot more by listening to other people. I do try to make an effort to get out and, you know, if I'm on a Virgin plane, I'll get out and meet all the passengers. I'll have a little notebook in my back pocket. I'll meet all the staff. I'll again pull out my notebook on a number of occasions when they, you know, say things. They can be tiny little things, but it's those little things that can gnaw away. You know, I mean, you know, cabin crew's shoes are not comfortable. You know, I mean, if everybody's shoes are not comfortable, that could be pretty unpleasant.
Back to the attention to detail.
So it's worth, you know, so if you can get all those little details right, you can perfect a company and you can make it an exceptional company rather than an average company.
And are you a gadget guy? I mean, do you use technology? Do you look at your own emails, and do you send your own emails, or does somebody print them off for you? I mean, do you have a mobile phone?
I can't lie, can I? My secretary's here somewhere. So.
What does he do?
I have. I can read emails.
It's a good start.
Anyway.
Do you have a mobile phone? Do you use a phone?
Oh no, we have a mobile phone company, so I definitely have a mobile phone. Somewhere.
What would you do differently if you were moving Virgin Atlantic into Terminal 5?
It's easy to say after the event, but we would have hopefully tested it tested it before we opened it.
Thank you.
Space travel, since you touched on it, I mean, that's absolutely unbelievably exciting, right? I mean, for a British company to be the company that's going to be offering people the chance to go into space. We registered the name Virgin Galactic Airways in 1991, okay. And I then went out and about looking for potential engineers that might be able to build a reusable spaceship, and had a fascinating quest for about 10 years, and then finally came across Bert Rutan, who's the absolute genius in this area. And we're now building a magnificent spaceship and a mothership. The mothership's going to be unveiled in 2 months' time, spaceship in about 9 months' time. And a couple of years from now, my dad, my mum and my children and myself are going to go on the first flight.
Question from somebody in one of your businesses, who I won't say his name. What will you do when you retire?
I don't think. I'm sorry, whoever it is, I'm not planning to retire.
Now, you're facing Sir Alan Sugar. He's got you around the boardroom table. You've been doing a project. You've probably been misbehaving a bit, but you've probably added your own flair to it. Richard, he says, why should I not fire you?
Because if you fire me, I'll come and compete with you.
Here I go.